Hi everyone, this is your product designer from the Philippines, Alexis Collado, and in today's video, we're going to talk about doing design at an early stage startup. Many of you might know I co-founded a company called Swarm, where we connect product people like engineers, designers, and product managers to founders to work on freelance projects. And in this experience, I've sort of understood now how different it is to be a designer at an early stage startup. So in this video, I hope to share those learnings with you, and maybe it could help you out understand if you think this life is for you. First off, at early stage startups, you are expected to be a generalist. So because of the nature of an early stage startup where you're still trying to prove if the business model works, aka trying to find product market fit, you're expected to really wear a lot of different hats. So in the field of design, you can think of doing brand design, visual design work, marketing, and as a product designer, just plain old user experience. But you have to be able to do all of that. But it doesn't mean that you have to be an expert in all of those areas. You just have to know enough. You need to have a sufficient skill set. Secondly, I think being at an early stage startup is attractive to entrepreneurial souls who like starting projects on their own. So for people who are self-starters, this is a great place for you because you can technically start the whole design culture here. That means figuring out how design will operate, what systems are going to be in place, and generally setting the environment for the design function to grow over time. And most importantly, you have to be a natural leader if you want to join an early stage startup, because you're going to be in charge of creating buy-in for your other partners, your peers within the startup. By buy-in, I mean stakeholder buy-in and getting everyone to understand the value of design. For natural leaders, I think early stage startups are also a great opportunity to craft and create the culture in terms of the design team and the design organization over time. All this sounds glamorous, but you also need to think about your risk appetite. If you're willing to sacrifice a bit of your salary basically to just join an early stage startup, because it doesn't pay as high as corporations for sure. Why should you join an early stage startup if it's kind of risky? I think one of the most compelling value propositions of being in a startup is that you get to learn like an athlete. For a designer, you get to talk to your users like literally every day because you're kind of hyper focused on making sure that you're solving the right problem. Secondly, you get to work tightly with talented people from other functions, possibly even the C-suite. And finally, you get to shape the scaffolding for design as it evolves in the company. This is generally speaking from my experience, and I can't say it's the same for all kinds of early stage startups out there. But yeah, joining a startup definitely isn't for everyone, but if your risk appetite can handle it and there's a match with your values and the values of the company, and there's a fit with the skills that both parties are looking for, then go for it. Over time, when a startup becomes more mature, gets more funding, and validates its value proposition and gets to product market fit, it will hire more specialized people and we'll move into that Series A stage. But that's for another video. Thanks for listening, and if this video was helpful for you, please subscribe and click the like button, and I will see you in the next video.